naked things on cameras for men, John.
Cut it
That's
out.
what it means.
Wow, that's and that's not necessarily a bad thing. So I have to tell you before. I had a dream about you last night, Josh.
Hold on a second. I gotta get into this cam girl thing before you get into
Okay.
the weird sexual dream.
Okay, so all right.
They
So you have
4 different cam girls, and they say that this is affecting both their bank balances and their hopes of any semblance of a healthy work-life balance. Ava Morris says the lockdown has been a positive experience for me. More people are watching the live shows. Paid video sales on my website are up, and so are interactions on social media. To be specific, my business has grown. My business.
business.
My business has grown by 30% since the start of the lockdown. I bet you that's not the only thing that's grown by 30%.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, I'm making the most of the situation. I set up a competition on Twitter to win free access to the videos. I'm eating, exercise, doing my makeup. Live streams are ideal for attracting new visitors. Kat Aluna says, we've had more requests recently, but it makes sense. People know we're at home and we can take their mind off of things. A few days ago, I had over 300 people watching my live show. That's pretty big, but I don't necessarily want to ride this wave. I'm putting myself first. Damn it. I'm putting myself first because I don't want to turn into a sex robot and stop listening to my body. There's a great quote in here that I have to get to. My requests are in the first 4 days. Lockdown or not. So Charlie Tantra says, I have to come up with some sort of healthy balance between my work and my life. I can't just spend the whole month dildoing myself.
Right.
She's
Yeah.
fucked.
My
Yeah.
body just couldn't handle it. There are a lot of guys who are not looking for pornographic content. The other day, 2 guys just asked me to stay fully clothed. They just wanted to talk.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yeah.
they didn't.
I just want to get to know you. That's all I said to her. I just want to get to know you.
And I'm just hoping that none of the dads of my preschool students can see me.
Right, yeah. That was Chloe Sanchez.
Chloe.
They're making a bunch of money.
Oh yeah.
Girls.
I'd give Chloe $10 to sit there and talk to me. She's hot.
What's those?
I'd be surprised. I'm actually surprised that somebody's income is growing, because you would think that whole market would be flooded with stay-at-home moms or whatever, trying to, probably not stay-at-home moms, but that are trying to, yeah, absolutely, yeah, legal secretaries, lunch ladies, whatever it can be.
Get my motor running.
I totally want that.
Said lunch lady.
I know. I think I'm going to go register that nudelunchladies.com.
I'm telling you, the one lady says, Chloe says, my girl Chloe, she says, my work days often go over 17 hours if you take into account all the videos, exercising, social media, and setting up the equipment.
What?
Dude, she's got a GoFundMe page for batteries.
What are you talking about, setting up the equipment? Like the camera or the other equipment?
No, the equipment. Oh, stretching out the other equipment.
We had a sponsor when I was doing a Hairball John radio show with Chimpy in the early 2000s, and the sponsor, I think it was X-Site or something like that. But anyway, what they did is they sold refurbished adult toys.
Yeah.
Refurbished.
There was this thing that came out one time, and I'll never forget the ad, but I'll just say it because we got 2 people, and if I piss one of them off, whatever.
Yeah.
They're called Real Dolls, right? So they're
Yeah.
like Doyle's getting all excited.
I
and
might
he's
have
like,
applied for a
Yeah.
loan.
So you finance this thing, and it's got like lifelike features, gyrating hips, moisture,
For
all
like
that
$5
kind of
grand.
stuff, right?
So I was told, not that I.
So there was one on one of these sites, and it was used, and it said minor stress cracks. Nobody's buying that. That's disgusting.
Hey man, everybody's got a budget.
What was your dream about?
So my dream was, I had communication with Congressman Kilday's office yesterday. Somebody had given me the email address and said, if you're truly having this much of an issue with unemployment, then contact this gentleman named Jake. It's Jacob at Kilday's office. Yeah. And so I had emailed him with the situation that I was having and the frustration. I got an email back within 5 minutes. That's not an exaggeration.
If your wife would have came in, she's like, who are you emailing? He's like, Jake. From
Yeah.
from Kilday's office. What are you wearing, Jake, from Kilday's office?
I know. It's his nephew. So, but it was like a form email, saying that, we appreciate your patience. People are trying whatever. So I replied back to him and just said, here's my concern as far as the timeline. And he replied personally, not Kildy, but this guy, and he said that I have given your number to somebody at the services. You will be contacted within 8 days. It's going to be an 866 number. Make sure you answer it. And if you have any more issues, please contact me directly, which I thought was cool. Nice. Yeah. Yes, it is. It's very cool. So the dream last night was that Kildy was doing this campaigning. And you and I were on your front lawn, which I have no idea what it looks like. And there were people in the neighborhood that were around, and Brady was there. And so Kildy walks up, and I'm telling him the story and about how cool it is. And you, all of a sudden, you do these rip-off NBA sweatpants. Whoosh! Like, and you have a suit on underneath. Nice. And you tell him how much you appreciate his efforts, but that he's going to lose because you are running for his seat.
Nice.
And this whole thing, now there's all this press around, they're doing interviews, and you're coming off as just like the average guy, and it was a weird dream.
John, is this the first time that I've appeared in one of your dreams?
This is not. But it's the first time you stay. What I have to admit, I know when I'm dreaming. I mean, there's times.
This is the first time I've taken my pants off.
It is, but it's when you started to reach. It was like slow motion in my dream. When you started to reach for those tearaway pants, inside I'm going, no.
Wake me up.
And then when there's a suit underneath, I'm like, oh my god, thank God, it's not that dream again.
That's funny.
Not that dream again. Yeah, I'm glad that there's people out there though. Like I've emailed. I gotta be honest with you. Like this last one, when she re-upped it again, like on the 11th or whatever, I emailed every fucking state senator, Democrat, Republican, House of Representative. I emailed them all.
How'd that work out for you?
I only got a couple responses. Who's
been
really good with me is our senator, Kevin Daly. Mm-hmm. He responded with like a home written email.
Basically said too fucking bad.
Yeah, too fucking bad. We're all in the same boat, jackass.
Yeah.
Michelle Hostra responded back to me, and then Ken Horn also responded back to me, just basically saying we're doing what we can to help. So if you think about that, all three of those are Republicans. I don't know what that means, but
yeah, I don't know either.
It's good.
You know, they all responded back to me and said, "We understand that what you're going through, and you know, we're here for your business."
Yeah, and you know the phrase that absolutely gets me trying to go for my shoelaces. I hate the phrase "we're all in this together." I hate that. I'm so sick of that being the catchphrase.
You know what?
And
I hate the word Michiganders.
I do too. I know. I try and think of because she says it like we're salamanders.
Michiganders are resilient.
I'm like, what else? Because it's Californians, and that's not bad. You know, and I almost wanted to Google what each state is called. And I think that would be an interesting thing. I will do that today. I want to know what each state is called. You know, you have Iowans. Yeah, what they call their, what is Utah? Are they Utahers or Utes? Utahers? Yeah. Wisconsinites?
I just don't think I've ever heard Michiganders used as much as it
right now. Yeah, not as much. No way. I mean, she says that a lot. I would prefer she say Michigan residents or our Michigan neighbors, whatever you want to, however you want to put it. But
that sounds like a cheesy insurance commercial.
I know.
Michigan neighbors.
Stop. I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. That was a good one. You should email her.
I will. I'm going to. Please stop saying Michiganders.
Please stop saying Michiganders.
You're sounding like one of your tweets. You should just stop.
Stop doing that.
Just stop.
I got music coming up that we'll enjoy. It's called 27 Types of Soap. And yesterday the last time we did this, we got to play John's intro for his show, and he said, "Don't play it again."
Step right up. Come on in and be a part of the greatest show on earth. Musical geeks, thespian freaks, artistic ne'er-do-wells, and social misfits all congregate to formulate the Hairball John and Friends Sideshow. Step into the sideshow. Step into the sideshow.
So you have a sideshow coming up. When is it going to go live?
The first one is going to be today.
And who are we talking to?
I'm talking with John Levin. He's the guitarist for Dokken. But what I'm really looking forward to, he wants to come on because has started this online guitar teaching for his website, which is cool because it's a good time to do that, and I definitely want to talk with him about that. But what I'm most excited is that he is an entertainment lawyer. And there's a lot of aspects about the music industry that I want to ask. And one of them being how he feels about Ticket Bastard hanging on to people's money.
Right.
There's a lot of things that licensing, like Twisted Sister had to go in, and their big album was Still Hungry, and they re-recorded it as Stay Hungry because they had no rights to the music. They had the rights to the songs, but not the actual songs that were on the album. So there's things that just I've got this whole list of things. I hopefully I can have them on a regular basis as just like ask John Levin or something like that.
You got a frog in your throat?
Cool.
I do, and I have a frog T-shirt on.
Nice.
I have a self-made.
Sugar snaps?
No, that's not a frog. That's a bear. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Shit. What's the cereal with the frog on it?
Smacks.
It's-
Sugar smacks.
No, there is. Yeah. Anyway, this is a homemade one that I had printed up for Frog Leap Studios. Frog Leap Studios. I sent you guys a link this morning. It's funny as hell. They're taking classic pop songs, and then he metalizes them in a comic way, and it's great. Like he does Adele.
Do you have oh shit, never mind. I don't know where I was going with
No, I don't have that. I don't have any of that.
That music thing, the lawyer guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Do you
I
have
want to listen to
questions
that.
for him that he's probably never been asked before?
I would think so. One of them, in regards to, because he's a guitar teacher, you look at all of these newer bands that are paying tribute. We talked about that before, paying tribute to these older bands, and I'd be interested in asking his thoughts in regards to these kids know these songs because they played Guitar Hero, and how much of that has influenced what he thinks that they're doing.
I wonder if people get on there and then they have a a lesson with him, and then they want to play like Dokken music for him. They want to show him like the riff that he did,
Yeah.
that they can do. I bet you that's an awkward feeling.
Yeah.
I bet it is. I'm
Just fucking it up.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah. Because like on The Voice, some of the judges on The Voice, they don't sing my song. Like they don't want people to come out and sing a Kelly Clarkson song because she's their coach.
Did you watch it on Monday night?
We did.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so you had the...
We watched this whole damn episode, right? Doyle's like, I gotta go outside for a minute. Walks outside, they're like, now Todd Michael Hall. I'm like, son of a bitch, Doyle.
Did they announce if he was gone or not?
I do not think so. The judging ended yesterday morning at 7 a.m.
It's this Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but like what you were talking about, Josh, you had one guy that did a John Legend song in front of John Legend, and it's even a current song. So it's not like you have where Todd did Jukebox Hero that is from the 70s. It's a current song. So not only do you have John Legend that is looking at you, judging you, but you have an entire generation of young people that are judging you, and that guy sitting across from you. I'm like, that was a ballsy move. I can't remember if he went on, to be honest with you.
Well, they all got. Oh, wasn't he in? Oh, I don't remember either if he went on or not.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
I listened to some of these Todd Michael Hall songs, and the guy's got a hell of a voice.
Yeah, he
can
does.
Yeah.
sing, right?
Yep.
I mean, he can still sing. But from what I listened to, on Monday was the first time that I actually watched him on the show. So I went back and listened to a couple of his other songs. I don't think this one was his best, unfortunately.
It was not a good song selection.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't, and it made me so sad when I'm watching it because I'm like, he's in that ring, and he really should be going. He probably should have just fully embraced the hard rock at that point in time.
Yep, I would have too.
Because that's what got him there. Jukebox Hero is what got him there. So it makes me, I tend to think, and hopefully there aren't a whole lot of people listening because I'm real good friends with Todd. I tend to think that he picked the song because I can't imagine that Blake, who kept telling him, you stay in that lane, you stay in that hard rock lane, that Blake would have said, hey, you should sing this Peaches and Cream song or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Idol days. You remember that, you guys? When the Idol days,
I
they come out and kill it during their warm-up, and then when it gets to competition time, I'm going to try a brand new song. And then they get pissed because they lose by 2 points.
Yeah.
Well, remember that one week? And we used to, all of
You're
us
talking
would
about
stress.
Michigan Idol.
Yeah, remember that? We'd
I
all
love that.
stress to them.
I'll tell you what, that was one of the high points of my life was doing that. I had so much fun doing that.
Dude, you gotta
But
get hot.